Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to our September board meeting. I can't believe the year has gone by.
I know.
Has everybody had a chance to review the agenda? Let's do a quick roll call. I'll start off. Mike Mezejewski, President.
Chris, Vice Chair, Chris Kenworthy.
Skip Mackey, Secretary.
Lori Rich, board member. Kathy Garden, board member.
And also in attendance on the one hand here is Karen and Jack spoke. And we have Amber in waiting for our.
Are we expecting Miss Matthews to join us tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so when she does, do you want to, I'm just thinking before you, I know you have to do public comment, but there's no public here. But when you approve agenda, you may want to move that to whenever Patty arrives or the closed session. I don't know what your plan was with Miss Matthews.
It's the closed session, so
And when she arrives, we don't want to have her
Right.
waiting. Yeah.
okay. We have a quorum, and we have no public comment, so we'll move right into approval of the agenda. Has everybody had a chance to review, and do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve. I reviewed and I move to approve.
Gloria seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And the same for the minutes from our August 27th and our special September 2nd meeting. And then the emergency meeting on
You guys have
September
been busy.
16th. Yes,
Yes.
it's been a very busy month.
Was that reported to the Attorney General?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from those three meetings?
Or separately if you have any issues. We could do it
Separately.
separately.
There's any issues. Okay. No issues noted. Do we have a motion to approve all three as a group?
I will make a motion to approve all 3 minutes as written.
Second.
Gloria seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just a comment, Chris, to your question. I did save the copy of what I submitted in the minutes folder, so it is publicly accessible as well, but it has been submitted online.
So we'll move right into, since Patty's not here, we'll move right into our finance report. I'm gonna turn the lights off so we can see the
Sure.
writing better.
Hi, Amber.
Hello.
Can you hear her? Can you speak? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you might want to speak just a little bit, or maybe I can turn up the volume. Hold on.
Oh.
It's on the projector. No, I'll figure it out. Oh, but for now, speak loud.
Okay, can you see the reports?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so first is your revenue report. I do want to say that we did have our first finance meeting, I guess, on the 12th of this month. So it's Jackie, Justin, Karen, Lisa, and myself, and we went through all of these reports already. So first one is revenues. Again, you have your description of each fund in the first column, what we have budgeted for the year, and then what your actual column is what we've actually received as of August 31st, and then your available is what's to be received or drawn down by June 30th, 2026. I know Jackie had asked about the SB9. As of today, we still have not received those funds. And I
Okay.
believe Karen was just gonna follow up and check to see if maybe we were missing something or when those will start coming into the school.
Which I didn't do, so thank you for reminding me.
Of course. So next we'll go into your expenditure report. So this shows all your details of all the different funds. Again, you have your description, each line item, function 1000 is all of these items. Then we have your budget. So what's budgeted in each line item, what we've actually spent as of August 31st, And then your encumbrance is what's to be spent by June 30th, and then your available column. You will see lots of negatives and then lots of large numbers. I did prepare two really long bars that you'll see tonight to try to clean up and move budget around into the correct line items, and then moving some into a couple line items so when we need to cut, we can pull from there.
Okay,
Your operational as of August 31st, when I ran these reports, was available as 2.1 million. Again, this does have all the lease in there, which will be cut once if the bond goes through, and then once we get your lease assistance award, we can move some of that out into that fund. So this will be a lot higher in the next few months. I did give Jackie an estimated number for a cut for 480 students. That was gonna be about 2,672,000. So that's if you get the 480. If you get 500, the cut would be 2.4 million. And then I'll just scroll through all the other funds. Everything's pretty much fully encumbered. Just a couple, I guess the Ed Fellows, not sure why. It should be fully encumbered, but everything else is fully encumbered except SB9, which is because we haven't received any funds, so can't spend that yet.
Excuse me, Amber, this is Karen.
Mhm.
It is possible that we won't expend the whole Ed Fellows oh no, they're not doing that anymore. The license, the stipends and the licensure fees are no longer included, so never mind, I don't know what that's about. But for the notes, I missed what you said the cut was for 480 students.
2,672,000.
2.2.6
That's rounding, but yeah,
instead of 2.4. Got
yeah,
it.
500 is 2.4.
Thank you.
And again, this is with current unit value. Come January, they may increase that, so that cut number would be different, of course. So the next we'll have your PO report. This shows all the open POs for the year. Dollar means can be invoiced multiple times, all your contractors, utilities, rent, and then regular means one-time purchase. So once you receive all those items to that PO and we pay it, that will close. And then towards the bottom are the newer ones that you probably hadn't seen yet from last month. No questions. We'll go to the next one. This is your bank register report. So this is all the activity for the month of August. I'll scroll through this. Let me know if you have any questions on any specific line item.
it's a snack fee.
Then of course your deposits are higher. Again, this is mostly due to you are receiving the high SEG every month. That will probably come February, maybe March is when you'll see that decrease.
And we'll owe that back at some point, right? The difference.
But they'll decrease it to make the difference.
If
Oh,
the
decrease
cut
it.
is larger than what you've received, then yeah, you'll have to cut a check back, but I think you'll be fine. It'll just be a lot smaller payments of SEG every month.
Do you know about, well, I mean. Cause the number that was projected was just so large, so like, last week when you told me I'm gonna cut $2.6 million. I guess the question is like, originally I budgeted for 510. So if I budgeted for 510, not 678 or whatever the number was, what is, I guess, what's the big difference that I have to start really worrying about? I know you and I sent some emails back and forth. And we figured out, a lot of the money in here is padded, we went through line items that we knew would just go away. I didn't come up with 2.6 million, I think I came up with roughly around like. I think I came up with like 1.9, still gonna leave me in a hole of about 200,000.
So
I
yeah,
guess
looking at all these line items,
Yeah, so that'll
um,
probably be our work for next meeting in October is,
What actually has to be cut is what you're saying.
well, then staffing. I mean, cause if I'm cutting 200,000. 200,000 is more than a teacher, that, and I did not replace. The EA that I lost. And I am gonna ask the Alliop team also to make sure that we amend the contract. For 480, not 520, that'll save us some money there. But if I have to make more drastic cuts beyond. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do. That starts looking at more staffing.
So to your point, the difference really should be the 510 to 480.
Correct.
But there's more that has to be cut from the budget
Right.
because it's so huge.
So
Hard to figure out right now.
that's, I was gonna ask, so back on that first page, the 8.6 million. That shows in the budget for the SEG. That's based on 510.
No, that's based on,
yes. Oh no, this is based on the
680.
but that should read for 510.
Cause that's the budget that we approved was for 510. And that's
So-
what Jackie's been working off of is 510, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, so I guess that question is that $2 million number from the 640,
678.
678,
Yes.
or is that,
Yes.
okay, but that number is also based on 678, 89?
Yes.
So I don't know the budget they gave you. I mean, if you guys have a copy, you can send that to me, but all I can see is what OBMS is, and that was based on the 683.
So Amber, if I sent you the budget that they approved,
That's all we saw.
That's all I did.
that's all they saw. The budget they approved was for 510. Then could we adjust some reports to help Jackie understand what actually has to be cut from that plan? Because she didn't have,
Some, like last week, remember, we were going. Like we knew some of these lines were totally padded.
Mhm,
I'm just afraid I'm gonna have to cut deeper
yes.
than what the padded numbers are.
Right.
And
But
so yeah,
I can go through and like try and highlight them. I can't edit. I mean, I'd have to create
this, yeah.
right.
But I'll send
side
you,
reports, because APTA needs to match OBMS, and I don't really want to mess with that, because if we
Yeah,
don't
no, I appreciate it
cut
after.
right,
meeting today.
you'll get audit findings for those two not matching. So I can
So
copy and then create something different.
yeah, I don't know, but I can send you the budget that was approved and then maybe you can see what.
Yeah, I can look and see like which items where they put the additional money, pretty much.
Yeah,
But again, I mean, you have 2.1 here with all the lease, so I think we said the lease was gonna be decreased in operational to about 200 or 300,000, hopefully.
But-
Oh,
So that's
so
gonna be a
Your-
big cut there.
which
no,
is
so
just,
we have some sign.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know I had that little bit of padding,
Well, this
There's a lot of it, Patty.
$700,000 worth.
but the last meeting Justin mentioned, we might have to have a little bit larger of a lease payment in November. Yeah, I thought that's what we talked about at the last.
But even so, you're not gonna spend
No.
$1 million.
No.
And so maybe that's gonna
help.
take care of
It'll
your
help.
not needing to make cuts, maybe.
It'll help. Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think he gave us the number
yeah,
hopefully with that higher November.
Back.
But again, we just have to wait till your lease also comes in, and then I think it's 300,000 that's gonna
Correct.
pay for the rent, so, yeah, there should just be
For
a
the
way.
rest of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then, there's your money.
Yeah, so I mean, it is hard to see now just because the full lease is in here, and then all your line items are kind of,
Okay.
That's actually good news
Lots of changes yet.
for change.
I said, I was doing something. For this.
and then, yeah, I didn't know if the LA pop, I didn't know that would also adjust, so you might have, like you said, you'll have a little bit of savings there as well.
Right.
So I want to ask Patty too, what came of that fund,
The palm.
yeah, that's left over in the current one, if that rolls in. What they decided.
Be sure to say you're speaking loud enough because
Yeah, sorry, Amber, we were talking, so there's some, I guess, leftover unused funds in the current bond support fund or whatever they're calling it.
Mhm.
And I don't know what,
It's in here.
oh, it is in here,
It is.
okay.
it's not the DMG lease we're talking about,
Mm-mm.
something else, okay. Okay,
No, I went through this one quite plus, right?
So then the last report in here is your bank reconciliation, so. Beginning, ending balance, and then after your outstanding checks, your bank balance is 691,000.
not really, because some of that has to go there. Okay, more
Okay.
questions?
And then we have, I think, 3 bars. So the first one is to 6IB. This is to give budget for the kitchen grant that you had that was carried over from last year. So there's a balance of 401,000. So that bar is to budget for that. Then next, this is gonna be one of the maintenance bars. It's, I think, 2 pages or 3. Again, this is just to fix all those line items, and it's not adding any money, just moving it into the correct line items where it's being spent. And this is all for function 1000. The next one is for the function 2000s. We have to keep them separate to do maintenance bars, so that's why you'll see 2 of them. And this one is also a very long one. And again, not adding money, just moving it to the correct line items.
Thank you for doing that, Amber.
Yeah, so hopefully next month's reports will
Be cleaner,
see a better picture, yeah.
which means coding errors in the
Yes,
past.
this is acceptable.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
You need approval of both,
well, there's three
the
bars,
financial reports and the bars,
right, but could we do all 3 bars at the same time? Okay.
if you want to.
Okay. So, I will make a motion to, approve the financial report as presented by Amber. Looking for a second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did that include the bars or are you doing
No,
bars separate?
bars are separate.
Okay,
And now, make a motion to approve the 3 bars as presented. And Gloria seconds, and all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
thank you, Amber.
Thank you
course.
so much, Amber, for all your good work.
have a great night.
Thank you, you too.
We'll find out, because I know that there's a lot of stuff that, Patty's going to. Could probably need to share on screen, so,
So she can, but the question will be, I don't know if Amber's gonna hang out, but can Amber be in your closed session? And if not, we need to switch rooms.
I mean.
That's up to the board who's in there.
I'm fine with it. Oh, it is in there. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna move Miss Matthews to this and you can discuss what you want to do for closed. But I'll promote Miss Matthews to the panel. You will. I'm gonna turn on the light just so I can see you now.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Well,
That we're.
I warned you. Hi, Miss Matthews.
how are you?
Hi, Patty.
She's muted. She's looking for it.
She is.
There you go. I'm on. Okay, sorry. I'm a little
So-
fried in the last few hours. So
Well, Miss Matthews, I just want you to know that we don't have any attendees. We did have the school business official, but even she has left now. So rather than go to another room or online room for closed, I'm just gonna pause after they take a vote to go into closed, I'm gonna pause the recording and we'll just stay here because we don't have anyone else in attendees.
okay,
Okay, so at this point, we'll take a motion to move into closed session.
Make that motion to go in closed session.
A second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Hi.
I moved to come out of closed meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
I.
Okay, during closed session, we just discussed the building and there's no further action at this point. So going on, Jackie, you are.
Oh, no, actually, next I had an update on property tax hearing by Chris.
Sure, I'll make it quick.
Well,
We had our.
skipped over, that's why.
Oh,
We
we,
had
oh,
before the
oh, sorry, Chris, I'm wrong. I should just be quiet. The chair was right.
enrollment slow. I have plans in case I need to do something, working Cambridge, but questionable. And, yes, so, any new third graders? No, not since the last time. Why those the kids under rocks?
Okay,
No, now it's me. So I'm gonna go really fast as well, but you may have homework. So we are supposed to review the charter contract and performance framework every year. To save you time this evening, I'm not gonna run through it. That was the plan, but would you please look at it and bring any questions next month if you have any? Or I can review it next month with you.
It's the same as it's been.
Nothing's changed. It's just, we've had a new board member, you may not remember. It's to make sure that everyone's aware of the contract and the performance framework is a requirement of the CSD. I already shared all this annual report stuff with you last meeting and I just didn't realize it because another school meeting was, anyway. So that's just there. We already went over it. Number 3 are some Title IX, what I was just talking to Miss Matthews about is that the Title IX complaint and grievance procedures that she sent us need to be incorporated into our policies, and I'm just providing that for you to review, so when we do the policy changes, you understand why. Okay. And then the last one is, I know that Jackie's team has been working on the MLSS assessment, and that has to do a 90-day plan. I just wanted to let you all know that I did get certified to be a certified reviewer of 90-day plans, because LEA has to have a certified reviewer.
Thank you.
And so I can just join when you're ready. And
I reached out to the Nathan. It's been ghost town because like I'm in a standstill because he still has to finish one component before I can go to the next component, and I ended up sending him 2 emails I did want to get on Monday.
okay, so I got certified, officially certified yesterday, and they're supposed to add me as a certified reviewer for both you and Explore Academy in Albuquerque. So as soon as I am, then I can log in, and
I'm still like, I'm in a holding zone.
I wondered, because I didn't see much on your plan online, but I wasn't gonna say that. Now I know why. Anyway, I will go in. I just got it yesterday. I haven't checked today, but if they've listed me, then I can just go and approve it or whatever, move you on, or whatever needs to happen. So, anyway, that's it.
so.
Now, Chris.
Now, Chris, if you could update.
Sure. I don't really have an update besides I went and attended the property tax hearing in front of an independent third-party board over at the administrative building. Essentially, the a county assessor was there, two attorneys, and one of her lackeys, and their whole premise was that we never established that the school was a school, and therefore that they would not approve our exemption. And the packet that Dustin, our previous counsel, provided to them, did not explicitly provide evidence that we were a school. However, their own evidence that they took pictures of classrooms when they came and did it on site, literally the property tax assessor. They came and took pictures. There were desks, there's artwork on the walls, there's a sign that says Explore Academy on the front desk, there's all of these things. There were not kids at the time, but yeah, so but they basically said that the level that says that we're a school, so they declined our exemption request at the time, and then this hearing was basically us appealing it to a third party. And I felt like the board was sympathetic, and that they thought that the property assessor's reasoning was kind of BS. Dustin wasn't quite as confident. I don't know how many others he's been to, but so we'll see. I think they told us 60 days before they would tell us whether they approve the exemption or not.
Do we call the date of the hearing?
Want to say it's August. Something.
We could give it to me after. I just was gonna know it.
I don't know. That was literally like that night, and and I ran out of paper on my printer, and that was a whole story that I could share offline. Because it was another.
First, but just to clarify, if you didn't already know, we got notice the day before from Dustin that the
Right.
hearing was the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was a little challenging,
So our
and then
name Explore Academy. County school doesn't imply.
Literally, Dustin argued in the middle of in the meeting that there's something called like judicial knowledge. There's like 3 or 4 different types of knowledge of something. So like when you go into court, you don't have to rehash that the United States became an independent country in the 13 colonies and blah 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 blah, right? It's just established that the United States is the United States. So there's this idea of like judicial knowledge that August 12th,
thank you.
an official
hearing.
within your community or the judge or whoever is presiding over that hearing, that if they have knowledge of something, then they should be able to apply that knowledge without additional proof being given. So the fact that, you know, it's called Explore Academy, there is artwork on the walls. They are aware that they have friends and family that have students that go to come here, right? Like all those things basically give that board judicial knowledge that they should not need evidence that we're a school. So I had a conversation with the assessor after the meeting. I mean, she's like, look, here's the deal. Like, I actually have questions about your school. I have a niece that wants to go there. Blah, blah, blah. If we didn't do this, any Joe Schmo could buy a property, say it's a school, and then apply for an exemption. You guys didn't meet the, that, so we just kicked it out. And
But don't you have evidence by kids take tests?
But we didn't provide that.
yeah, none of that was provided.
Private
I think
contract?
it was literally so assumed that, like, on their own paperwork, that they reference it as a school. And
We didn't provide the charter contract or anything like that either,
we
right?
didn't, and then I tried to submit it at the time, and we had to admit evidence at the time, and we literally just back it back to them. And during the meeting, they're like, well, you didn't submit it to us. Or like, it's your packet. I literally printed it. So you have it in front of you. They're like, no, but what you submitted, you could have modified. And so you didn't provide us with a copy. That's where my printer ran out of printer paper. And I was running, like, literally trying to get out the door.
Because we only found out. the day before.
Yeah, so the guy is like, I learned that attorneys, their job is to find every little possible thing and don't take it personally, because that's their job. And that's just what they're there to do. Whether they believe it, whether it's complete and utter crap,
No, they're
It's
saving the
just-
county money. I mean,
it's their job to find every possible thing to hang their hat on. And they literally were like, well, you handed him evidence, but you didn't hand it to us. And I went, you've got 6 copies of it right in front of you, I can see it, and they're like, well, you could have modified it, so we can't prove that what you submitted doesn't match what we provided.
yeah, the hearing only, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was that kind. So anyway,
And
that's all I have.
60 to 90 days.
We should know within 60 days if they're, but it be. Not believe it's a refund, didn't sound like. And you just be going forward for this year, which should be the LPA. But. So.
Okay.
Learning experience.
Vote on that. No?
Nothing, no action.
Uh, Updates due to PCCSD.
Yeah, so the first 2 I've already done, as you see submitted, but I provided the copies. It's basically what you've already approved for Audit and Finance Committee and Open Meetings Act resolution that I make every year had to be submitted. Also, the governing board bylaws have to be submitted. But before we do so, they had a specific what you see on the agenda must include provision for creating audit and finance committees, which we kind of had. And we have replacing and removing members, but I did have some proposed tweaks to that. Obviously, we haven't had a chance to discuss any other changes. You can always make changes later, but I do need to review this with you so that you can approve it. So I can submit it a compliant set of bylaws by October 1st.
Did you already outline it?
I blue texted what's added. And the reason is that if I redline in Google, only if you're an editor or commenter do you get to see it.
Oh.
So that's kind of a pain. But here's your bylaws. Nothing's changed. There's the part about vacancies. I'm sorry. Vacancies is section C there at the bottom. And then the next section has removal from council. So you have that business in there about replacing and removing. But I didn't change anything there. So if I scroll down here, you already had finance committee and audit committee stuff in here, but you had it say that we're a committee of the whole, and we've kind of made some changes. So I drafted this, though you're going to continue to discuss financial reports and details at the regular monthly board meetings, at least 2 members of the board shall be appointed to serve as finance subcommittee, which you've done. And then I just linked I added the statute here and linked this was already here, but I linked the statute, and this was already here. From the statute, number 1 was already listed in your bylaws, but the statute also includes number 2, so I just added the statute language there. And I moved the random internal control checks down to there.
Okay.
So not really anything changed. I don't think audit committee, I just made the link. I think this was all already there. So those are, I think, the only changes that I'm proposing to your bylaws at this point. Again, if you want to take time, it's linked on your agenda and propose changes for the future. Happy to put that on a future agenda, but I am asking for approval of these changes so I can submit.
Make a motion to approve the changes as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And then number 4 needs no discussion really, and no action. These are the assurances for indicator 3C in the performance framework, but it only applies to charter contracts as of last year. I just provide it because we are supposed to do all those things and it's compliance, so I'm making sure we do all those things. But thought you might want to review that at your leisure, or when we have more time, to see the kinds of things that they're looking at for compliance, even though we are not required yet. On the current contract you're on doesn't require this assurance annually. But I thought it would be good for you to see those documents and all the different things we have to be in compliance with, or at least the things that CSD checks. There's many more that I make sure you're doing or try to. And then part of that is the annual reports posted by PEC on their website. So I left you a link there so you can go and see any reports that they're keeping about the school, all schools actually at that link. So nothing to do for that, except if you're interested, taking a look when you have a chance. More homework.
I know that we have to schedule a meeting so we can go over that stuff.
Okay, so no action for D.
Correct. Any additional board comments?
Yeah, thank you, Jackie, for, I'm not a board, but thank you, Jackie, for the chocolate dinner.
I
Yeah.
diving. Check.
I have been like talking about the, at somebody since like 9:30. Patty was like, when she called, I was like, oh, you could hear her from here. She was fired up today.
Public comment, no, so motion to adjourn meeting,
A second.
all. All in favor, aye.
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 Good job, Candy.